Most IT security roles look exactly like this. You spend your days hunting down alerts, patching servers, and analyzing logs until your eyes blur. Moving into governance, risk, and compliance, or GRC, requires stepping away from the keyboard. You stop treating individual technical symptoms and start evaluating the entire health of the organization. When a bank or a consulting firm needs to navigate international regulations or prevent multi-million-dollar data breaches, they don't just need a technician, they need someone who can dictate policy and measure risk. This direct link to business stability is why GRC roles often command significantly higher salaries than standard technical positions. Advancing your career in this space requires a complete shift in perspective. You have to stop being a technical executor and become a strategic risk manager. The challenge is that before an employer trusts you to oversee their regulatory posture or corporate risk framework, they need evidence that you operate to global standards. Looking to provide that proof, you immediately hit an alphabet soup of certifications: CISA, CRISC, CISM, CGRC, Security Plus. Choosing wrong is an expensive mistake, costing hundreds of dollars and months of intense study time you cannot get back. To avoid that trap, we are going to build a precise map. We'll match exactly where you are in your career right now to the specific certification that gets you to your next level. A certification has to serve as a targeted tool for your current stage, rather than a random badge you pin to your resume. Let's look at the starting point of this decision tree. If you're a beginner or general IT professional pivoting into security, this left path is for you. Your targets are the foundation tier, Security Plus, or the ISO 27001 Lead Auditor certification. The exams for these certifications are accessible. You don't need years of specialized GRC background to pass them, just consistent, focused study. Passing gives you a verified, solid baseline in universal security frameworks and the exact terminology the industry uses every day. The trade-off is straightforward. Having these on your resume will not immediately grant access to senior management roles. This tier serves strictly as a stepping stone. It gets you into the market, so you can figure out exactly how you want to specialize later. Moving to the right branch of the tree, we find mid-career professionals. Here, you must specialize, and the path splits three ways: audit, risk, and management. We'll start with the first branch, the audit specialty, anchored by the CISA certification. Earning your CISA requires you to master rigid auditing frameworks and learn how to conduct highly detailed system assessments. Banks and consulting firms place a high value on this skill because they require objective system auditors to meet strict legal compliance standards. However, choosing CISA locks you into a highly process-driven career. You will spend your time evaluating existing systems, which pulls you away from designing or building security architectures. That brings us to the second branch, the risk specialty, defined by the CRISC certification. Preparing for CRISC involves a deep dive into identifying enterprise IT risks and building the strategies to mitigate them before they happen. Completing this makes you a specialist who can help large enterprises minimize threats and potentially save millions of dollars in recovery costs. The trade-off here is the extreme specialization. It focuses so tightly on risk that it becomes too narrow if your goal is to lead a broad, general information security program. If you go down either the CISA or CRISC path, you are trading operational flexibility for a lucrative but tightly focused functional lane. The final branch on our mid-career tree is the holistic management tier, represented by the CISM and CGRC certifications. These exams require you to synchronize governance, risk, and compliance into an interconnected system where each element supports overall business strategy. Having one of these on your resume proves you have the executive-level capability to oversee and direct an entire information security program. But the barrier to entry is high. These certifications require verifiable, real-world experience in security management before you can actually use the title. Attempting to memorize the material for CISM or CGRC without actual management exposure usually leads to high failure rates and frustration. This tier is exclusively for professionals who are ready to leave technical execution behind and step fully into strategic leadership. Looking at this matrix, we can see that a certification is a verified signal to the market that you operate to global standards. The key is sending the right signal. If you are the newcomer transitioning from general IT, take the foundation path with Security Plus or ISO 27001. Ignore the advanced acronyms for now. If you are detail-oriented and want to carve out a niche in finance or consulting, choose the specialist path and pursue CISA or CRISC. If you are a senior analyst ready to step away from hands-on technology entirely, aim for the executive path with CISM or CGRC. Keep in mind, taking that management track shifts your daily work from configuring technology to aligning business goals. Don't waste time on the certification that simply sounds the most impressive. Choose the exact tool that matches your next career step.